Hi, I'm Kevin. Today we're fixing a 19th century dish called Pommes. Pommes is a cake of thinly sliced potatoes. It has a crisp potato chip-like exterior and a soft and creamy interior. It's absolutely delicious. I'll go over the history of Pommes in just a moment. First, let's have a look at the ingredients. You'll need 3 large russet or Yukon Gold potatoes, 6 tablespoons of butter, a 1/4 cup of some neutral tasting vegetable oil. This is safflower oil, some salt and pepper, and if you want it, some fresh minced herb. I'm using minced chives today, but you might like to use minced flat-leaf parsley. Peeling the potatoes is the only hard part of this dish. And while we peel away, let me explain the history of Pommes. I have some notes over here. Pommes was invented in the mid-19th century by chef Adolphe Duglaire at the famed Café Anglais in Paris. Duglaire named his creation for Anna Deslions, a courtesan who, over the span of her career, entertained 3 kings, 12 emperors, 18 princes, 14 dukes, 2 princesses, and an assortment of actresses in the cafe's private dining room upstairs. And you thought you had a busy schedule. Next up, put the 6 tablespoons of butter in a large glass bowl and melt the butter in the microwave. And if you don't have a microwave oven, do what Chef Duglaire would have done in the 19th century and just melt the butter over very low heat in a saucepan. The butter shouldn't color at all. And then we have to cut the potatoes into 1/8-inch slices. I'm using a mandolin in order to make uniform slices. Let's have a look. This is what we want, very thin potatoes. You could use a knife, but a mandolin will do a really great job. I've also cut the potatoes very thinly on the slicing disc of my food processor. I'm going to use this little guard thingy so that I don't cut my fingers. I'll finish up these potatoes and come right back. Then put all of these beautiful potato slices in the bowl of melted butter. By the way, I grew all of these potatoes in my very own garden. Then toss the potatoes with a spatula. You want every slice to be slick with the butter. Now, since Pommes is a molded dish, you'll want to cook it in either a non-stick or a cast iron skillet. If you're using cast iron like this, make sure it's well seasoned. And then we add the 1/4 cup of vegetable oil to the pan, give it a little tilt so that the entire bottom is coated, and then we're going to add not all of the potatoes. Let me move the camera so you can see what I'm doing here. Here we go. So fish out 4 of your prettiest potato slices and arrange them in overlapping fashion in the center of the skillet, like this. I'm holding them so they don't slide all over the place. And then grab more good-looking slices and arrange them again in overlapping fashion to extend all the way to the edge of the skillet. And the reason we're being fussy about the arrangement here is because, again, the dish is going to be unmolded. So what's on the bottom will appear on the top. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as I can, which might not be very quick at all. Okay, so I think we have our first layer in here. Then we're going to arrange more slices counterclockwise. My first group was clockwise. I think I forgot to mention that. And if you have any like little bits of potato, just throw them into the center of the skillet. Okay. And I forgot, of course, to do something very important, but it's not too late. Dry my hands. We have to add some seasonings to the potatoes. We want to season all but the final layer. So on goes some salt. I'm using sea salt, but you could use kosher salt or regular table salt, whatever you want. And if you're using herbs, sprinkle them on. And then continue, again, always going in opposite direction. Another layer of potatoes. I'm going to finish my layers and then I'll come back. Okay, I'm back, still layering the potatoes, and I wanted to thank those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm not the best video maker, that's for sure, so I really appreciate you guys who are willing to watch and hopefully to learn, because I love teaching things. I also love learning things. And here we go. So got another layer in there. I think I'm on probably my 5th layer now. We got the salt, we need the pepper, and the chives. I grew these chives. And then more potatoes. This is actually a fun dish to do. I can't imagine anyone not loving it. Kids would definitely love it, although you might want not to share the story of Anna des Leon with your children. But who knows? I won't judge. There we go. Pepper, salt, chives, and I think we have one last layer to do, because I'm running out of potatoes. Let's see, we went this way, so now we're going to go in the opposite direction. And you don't have to be very careful about your arrangement. Everything is going to work out. You just have to have confidence that you are an amazing cook. Actually, I think the best cooks are the experimental cooks. And there we go. So we don't have to put any seasoning on this final layer. Now I'm going to move the camera over to the stove to show you the next step. So I've set my skillet over medium heat, and as soon as you hear the oil start to sizzle, start pushing down on the potatoes with a cake pan. This is a 10-inch skillet, so I'm using an 8-inch cake pan. You could use a 9-inch cake pan if you like. And what we're doing is going around, pressing down on the potatoes to compress them. And this won't take but 30 seconds or so. And of course, as you press on the potatoes, that first layer is going to brown beautifully. And you just keep moving the pan around, and your cake pan is not going to get hot because the top of the potatoes are not hot. Okay. At this point, you can put the pan away. And then we're going to cover the skillet. Oops, I have the wrong size lid. Hang on. Here we go. cover the skillet and let the potatoes cook for exactly 10 minutes, no more. Meanwhile, heat the oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll be back. Okay, 10 minutes is up, and I can tell you, my whole kitchen smells like potato chips. That's a good smell. So here's the skillet, and we're going to put this in the oven. Oh, we have to take out the lid. That's very important. Put the skillet in the oven and let the potatoes cook until they are definitely tender when pierced with a knife. That will be about 30 minutes. Okay, it's the moment of reckoning. And remembering that this skillet has a red hot handle, so wear a glove. Ooh. We have to unmold the dish. And for this, we're going to need our cake pan. And what we're going to do is use the cake pan to hold the potatoes in place. Can you see? And then, yikes, I don't think this oven mitt is very good. I'm going to use a towel. Okay, I guess I'll put this in here. So the cake pan is going to hold the potatoes in place, and then we're going to drain all the excess fat off of our pommes. And then, let me get rid of this cake pan. Yeah, this towel is much more efficient at protecting my hand. To unmold the pommes, we put a plate or a platter over the skillet. Invert, say 3 Hail Marys. Ah, voila. Beautiful. I had no idea how this was going to work out. Have a look. Well, I'll move the camera so you can see closer. It's gorgeous. Okay, here's our pommes. As you can see, it's very crispy, like potato chips on top. And you can see all the different layers in here. Probably have 8 to 10 layers of potatoes. This is a smashing dish. You could bring this to a potluck or, well, just serve it to your family. I'm going to try to make it look pretty by arranging some chives on top, though you certainly don't need to do this. And then, of course, we have to have a taste test. And I think the easiest way to cut this, if I can find it here, is with a pastry cutter. And we can take these off. We don't need them. Oh, hear that crackle? Going to cut a nice wedge. I'm actually going to enjoy this pommes with a ham steak that I will saute in butter. Yeah, a lot of butter today. And some steamed asparagus spears. Let me grab a little spatula here. Better grab a plate too. This is a Royal Albert plate. Cut this a little better. This, get rid of this little piece here. This looks fabulous. And just wait until you taste it. Just incredible. Don't make me beg you to try this. Yeah, this is just incredible. I'm going to cook up my ham steak and steam my asparagus spears and have a wonderful dinner all by myself tonight. I'll put this recipe up on my website. Actually, it's already there because I made the dish, I think, in 2015 or 2016. So I'll just add the video to it. And again, thank you for watching. I hope you'll give this dish a try. And please subscribe if you feel like subscribing. Also, please post a comment below. I can't tell you how much I enjoy reading your comments. I'll see you next time with another delicious recipe. Ta-ta for now. Oh, one last thought. Had I lived during the 19th century, I suspect that Anna des Leon and I would have been best buds. See you next time. Bye.